We're back.
We are back.
I'm Joey Sypher. With me as always is Nico.
Hey. It's a view. What's happening?
Hey. SpeakEasy, Season 4, Episode Dos.
It's Spanish for 2.
Number 2. Hey, bro. Welcome back, bro.
Welcome back, brother.
Hell yeah. You doing all right?
Chilling.
Yeah.
Relaxing, cooling out.
How's your couple weeks been? All right?
It's been pretty cool. It's been chill. I've actually got to have this kind of past week kind of I want to say off, but my grandparents went up to Albuquerque to go and stay with my uncle and his for like
you had the house to yourself for a little bit.
I have the house to myself for a little bit.
That's
but
right.
that doesn't mean that stuff still doesn't need to get done. Like still need to do the yard work and water the trees.
They gave you your list.
Oh yeah, the grandson do list while we're gone. So because if anybody knows, if your grandparents come home to a dirty house or an unkept yard,
you're done.
Mr. Postman. It's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Yes, sir.
So, but yeah, they're out on vacation up there.
When are they coming back?
They'll be back Mother's Day evening, so this upcoming Sunday.
Damn, so you got like a whole ass week
Like
on.
a week and some change, yeah.
Dang,
it's been pretty nice.
That's real nice. That's real nice. Hence the chocolate experience you took last night, right?
Yes, hence the chocolate experience.
Damn, like, for you to eat that many pieces of chocolate like late night, like
with them there,
like that's pretty ballsy. Like that's why. That's why.
Oh no, dude! I was walking around like a velociraptor at one point through the kitchen. I was like, "I'm hungry," and then like ran back to my room. What are we gonna do?
Your dog's looking at you like, "What the?"
No, he was laid out. He didn't want nothing to do with it. He just looked up at me like, "Man, fuck this guy." Sorry, my leg. But yeah, so they're out there, and then my mom and stepdad went up to visit his brother in Vegas for the weekend. So they got back yesterday, I think.
Okay.
So. Everyone's been traveling, and then...
and you got a trip coming up?
Yep, in a couple weeks I go up to Tucson.
Fight some swords, right?
Fight some swords. Pop, pop, pop.
Tucson?
Yep. In the Tucson, Arizona.
That's cool.
I forgot the name of the campground. It's a pretty cool site, though. Little primitive, but there's still running water, except there's like no cabins, so we just tented out. But I got air mattresses.
You guys always do that, though. You guys tent a lot, huh?
Majority of the time. Majority of the sites will have some type of running water, but for the most part, they'll just be primitive. So it's just like tent camping. But the event in July... We got cabins for that. Like we already bid out cabins
big,
and
big. Damn.
Huge. So we're looking forward to that.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, so you've been busy, huh? Here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, and then working at the Purple Haven Dispensary, 1300 El Paseo, Suite 280. You already know.
That's right.
Shameless plug.
And so we've been busy with that, and we've been busy with the mag stuff, flavors and all that stuff. We've been kicking that off.
We've been doing like Munchy Friday videos too, like a lot.
Yeah.
We've been kicking those off.
Good. Those have been really good. We did. I don't know if you guys have watched or have seen, but we did Olive Garden last week.
Yeah.
And that was super cool.
That was awesome.
That was
shout
really
out,
cool.
Shout out to Olive Garden.
Shout out to my pizza OG because
that was great.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a good experience, I think, for everybody. And we turned around and got I think we're close to 5,000 views already.
Yeah.
And so if you guys are watching and you see in our videos on Facebook and stuff, those are all organic views. Like we don't do no paid pushes. And I know that's a hustle for that, and you get views on that. But ours, for that channel, we simply just do organic views.
Yes.
And people trip out and they're like, "Oh, you only have 600 followers and blah blah blah." Now we push this shit every
day, all the time.
We make sure it hits your feed at some point if you're in the area. 100%. We put it on groups, we put it on pages, we blast it everywhere and share it probably 50 times.
Between the two of us is 50 shares.
Yeah.
Real quick between the groups that we go through.
And
50,
those
60
groups
shares.
have thousands of followers, hundreds of followers. So the outreach on it is super huge. So
yeah, it's a spider web effect. Brush wire.
Yeah.
Once it catches, people share it for us too. So it's not like we have paid sponsorships for this shit.
Yeah. And that's what's cool about it being organic. That everybody pushes it, and the more people push it, the more it hits your algorithm. And I don't know too much about the algorithm, but we know a little bit to get a little bit of views. You know what I mean?
We know that if you grind, someone's gonna see it.
That's right. So those have been pretty cool, and we've been getting I think our highest views on there's 10K.
10K. Yep.
And for being organic.
And climbing.
Yeah, and climbing.
And climbing.
That's super huge, man.
Yeah. So thank you to the community. Thank you to everybody that pushes that and helps us out
it.
there. That's awesome. Thank you everybody out there.
So what was your favorite thing? I know we got a lot of heat for doing Olive Garden.
We got a lot of heat. Got a lot of heat.
And I know that's why you're so skeptical and I'm always pushing share that shit on share it to the community watch.
Share it.
Fuck. and I can feel your
I'm
energy.
doing it right now. I'm starting it. Yeah. I'm just waiting for the blowback. And we did, but I mean, you know, in all due respect, screw them. Like, we're out here, we're doing us. They reached out to us.
Yeah, and there were a couple comments on there that was like, oh, well, it's corporate, it's not local, but the people who work there are local.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, the managers there are local. Like, the guys who cook on the line are local. Your servers are local. The busters are local. Like, people there in that store are local. It's not like they transplanted some dudes from, like, corporate Maine Olive Garden and, like, put them there. Like, everybody who's there is local. It's from
flying in people from Italy.
So them hitting us up and, like, wanting to do a video and, like, help promote their products and, like, knowing the outreach we have, like, it's all love, you know? It's all local. Like, local on some point, on some level you look at it, so...
And even that establishment, like them being a corporate national like name or whatever, like there might be some things that you do have to get approval for.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, but
I'm sure they had to jump through all kinds of hoops just for us to go in, get approval, and then be associated with us because like it being a corporate level chain on that kind of, you know what I mean? So that's cool that they were able to get all those hoops covered and figured out before they even reached out to us.
Yeah.
You know, because it was just a smooth transition.
Yeah.
We went in, we rapped to them, we told them, okay, we can do this style or this style. How do you guys want it? They said, let's do it this way.
Yep.
Cool. What do you guys want to eat? We ordered. And
it was great.
So, what was your favorite thing?
Oh.
Like, there's so many things you didn't try, right?
I tried everything.
No, like before. Like,
until before. That point. Yeah. Up until then. Because I tell people all the time, I don't pass Amador, Loman. Like, the furthest I go north is
you stay in your little corridor.
Yeah, I stay in my little bubble. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, if I got to go to my dad's, it's a little bit further north, but other than that, no. So I stay on the south side of town, so when you go to Olive Garden, it's like, oh, you get these dishes, and you're going to try this, you try that. I'm like, I haven't tried this, I haven't tried that. And honestly, the fried shrimp thing with
that was good.
That was amazing. That was good. Your soup.
The Zuppa Toscana.
Yeah, Zuppa Toscana was crazy.
Spicy sausage, potatoes, and like a light cream sauce.
Yeah.
And, like a light cream broth, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That is fire, though.
Super fire.
Super fire.
A little squeeze of lemon in there, like some Tabasco sauce. Ooh, son. Slap my knee. That's some good stuff right there.
It was hella good. And then those little donuts.
Oh, the Italian donuts.
Italian fried donut.
Like formerly known as Zappolis.
Zappolis, that's what it is. Yeah.
They're like so the little fried donut, and then they put them in like a brown bag, and they put like the sugar in there, the little powdered sugar, and then they shake
the
it.
bag.
Yes.
Yes.
So I used to work behind the scenes for a minute.
Behind the scenes, hell yeah.
And I like pretty much like every station in that spot, and everything is fresh. All the rumors that comes from a bag, like. That's some bullshit. Like, I was the sauce guy at one point.
You were putting me on game to that. I was surprised to learn that like majority of what comes out of that kitchen is from scratch.
Yeah, it's straight from scratch. Like, they got the sauce dude. He runs the Alfredo. Like, he makes all the soups. He makes all the sauces. Like, and so like you're cooking on like 10 gallons, 16 gallons at a time. You know what I mean? It's only good for 3 days.
Man, that's a lot.
So that's how busy. Like, and how much sauce and soup they go through. You know what I mean? So like. Yeah, you're cooking. You're putting it in a bag to cool it down because that's the process we have. Like, you'll cool it in a big old cauldron. You'll put it in they're like gallon bags. Okay. You have a little heat sealer, and then you put them in a big old tank with like ice and water, and you gotta make sure they're all up to temp and hit. Before the 2 hours has to be below 70 and the whole shit for that. But it does technically come out of a bag, but you make it in a big ass pot on a giant level, you know what I mean? So like
that's a lot.
Yeah,
still.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you say like cram like a 14, 16 hour day into 7-8 hours?
It was.
That's wild. You're a machine.
It was one of the craziest like times like I've experienced like craziest kitchens, and that position in general was like nuts because like you're just doing the sauces, but you would walk into your day like 7 o'clock in the morning, and they would have a list for you, right? Mm-hmm. And you'd be expected or try to get out, like plan your day, like, all right, if I go in at 7, I'm gonna be out by like 2 or 3. Yeah. And you see your list, and it's like 16 hours. You hit like a Friday or like Mother's Day weekend, it's like 19 hours, like 20 hours. Yeah, and they're like, all right, Joe, you gonna be out by 2 today? I'm like, yeah, I'll be out at 2. Nah, and you're rocking like a tilt kettle at like 24 gallons it can hold. You got like 2 tilt, like like the medium sized one at like 16 gallons they can hold. So you're running all 3 at one time, just circulating.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So it's like cooking like that. You know what I mean?
That's mass scale.
Yeah.
That's
so it's like you look at your list. It's like, okay, I need to do a 6-time of meat sauce and a 6-time of 3-time of gnocchi and a 4-time of Toscana. All right, I'm gonna do my meat sauce in the big one. I'm gonna do my gnocchi and my Toscana in the little ones. And I mean, you're building it from scratch. You're starting with getting the sausage and cooking it down, adding the crushed red peppers to it. You know what I mean? Like the whole.
How shot is your universe if one of those goes?
Oh, it's your whole world. There's been times
everything's just fall apart.
Like, and in the kitchen, this happens a lot. Where like the main heating system like stops heating. Like, the core of it, like the heating elements give out.
Yep.
So like you're down a kettle. And so like, oh, sorry, Joey. The kettle went out last night on the backup guys. And they would go out from them like throwing water, like trying to clean behind the station because like Olive Garden is like super, super clean.
Yeah.
So like end of the night, like you throw water, you clean and sanitize the whole shit. So like they carelessly throw water and hit the electrical portion of the box of like the kettles.
Oh, come on.
And they're like still trying to dry out from the night before. And like, so you go and hit it. I'm like banging it a couple. Like you'd have your little systems you knew like how to get it back going.
Yeah.
Like,
how to talk to it.
Sauce gods, you sacrifice a little lamb.
Kitchen pantheon.
We're gonna get flagged again, huh? Son of a gun. I'm sorry. Might have to edit that out. We'll see.
We'll throw a sound effect in there.
We'll edit with that. How about a real quick word from our sponsor?
Word from our sponsors coming
later. Yo, Joey Sypher here. So check it out. The homies down at Honeydews got it going on. They can pretty much customize anything, from dog tags to your tumbler, to hoodies to sweatshirts for your dog. So just hit them up, Honeydews on Facebook and Instagram, and DM them and let them know what you guys need. Later, y'all. Hey,
so,
now we got
Nico's Canon News.
Hey.
So,
what you got for us? There's been a whole bunch of stuff happening, right?
A woody hoedown.
Yeah.
It has happened. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
That's right.
And YouTube and Las Cruces and the rest of us. So, we were talking a couple of weeks ago that during, speaking of the border checks, the federal border checks going northern and eastern out of New Mexico have been the 2 checks that have been doing the most seizures when it comes to flower and cannabis products, either going for testing or on the way to dispensaries that have made orders from other manufacturers. And it was said that the only way they were going to start leaning up on that was if the federal level were to finally follow through with the rescheduling.
Right.
And for those that don't know, that marijuana is considered a Schedule 1, which means it has no medicinal value and is liable to cause harm. They compared it to heroin. They compared it to methamphetamines. It's crazy. So now they're moving it from a 1
down
to a 3.
Which everybody should be, yay!
Everybody should be, yay! It's happened, folks. The letters passed. The government is finally going to be like, all right.
And that's how everybody's been.
And that's how everybody's been. Cool. But this is a huge, fat, juicy butt.
Yeah. Give us the butt.
They're the butt.
We likes the butts.
Love the butts.
Yeah.
Is the underlining behind the scenes shadow work that a lot of people don't acknowledge.
Yo, it's the feds.
It's the feds.
Yeah, we probably can't say this on camera again, but they literally, like, they always have their own agenda.
Always.
You know what I mean?
Pharma,
and so I'm always worried about what's the bigger picture behind it.
What is the bigger picture? And that is going to be something that, the Safer Banking Act, we can get into that later on, but that's going to affect what's going to happen now. So,
yeah.
One thing that, let's get into these articles really quick.
So, I like to play the other side of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody's like real excited. They're like, okay, well, banking now, and it could be easier. And like we had one of the guys, he came in, and he owns another dispensary here in town. He was just stopping in to kind of see what we were all about, if it was the same us or whatever, right? And so we were chopping up, and he goes, "Hey man, it's gonna get good soon with the rescheduling." And I was like, I'm like, I'm kind of curious to see how they go with it, And he goes, nah, man. He goes, everything's going to be working out better. It's going to put us in a different classification. I was like, and on some parts, yes. But if they make it to where it's going to go, so if it's not a schedule, so it's going to be a Schedule 3 now, and now puts it as if it were medicinal or like
a pain medication.
Like a pain medication.
Like
correct?
And we were chopping it up too. Like you would go to your local pharmacy or even a gas station and snag a couple of things of Bayer off the counter or something like that. Or you do have some type of prescription for chronic pain or whatnot. So, with that being said, there's this huge question of how much of a foot or how tight of a grasp is the big pharmaceutical companies going to try to get into the cannabis industry, because of the fact that it is going to be, hopefully right now, one of the articles is like, the head of the DEA right now is saying like, it'd be inappropriate to comment on the rescheduling because
she pushed back a little bit. I heard
it's still an ongoing administrative process, so she's like,
I heard she gave a little bit of pushback for that, and that she wasn't gonna go forward with everything and sign it into law, right? Before, pending, the president's signature and everything. But
true.
So what I'm worried about, so say it falls into that category and it falls into a medicine category, well then it now can't be taxed under state law.
Nope.
As like any medical product. And then in that same context, the only people who will be able to administer any dosage will be in a pharmacy. Because that's how the government's going to get back around to taxing, is through the pharmacy itself.
Yes.
Not that product, but the pharmacy will pay taxes on that product, essentially.
Yep.
And that scares me.
That's one of the darker corners of the entire conversation of this entire rescheduling is, you're absolutely correct. Like where we were having conversations last season about, New Mexico anteing up the requirements for somebody to be behind the counter and being a bud tender, working in a dispensary and whatnot, is to know the product, know what you're selling, know that, whatever edibles you have are packaged in a plant that also deals in dairy and peanuts and whatnot.
That avenue eliminates that.
Yeah.
And you kind of, and is then being in the retail side, they haven't really been pushing education, and they said, okay, well, we're going to make it a requirement this time around. And it's been something that's kind of been lax. And I've always thought, like, why is it so lax? You always think, like, why is it free? You know what I mean? Like, the red flag always comes up, like, what's the trick here?
What's the catch?
And maybe that's been the play the whole time that they've been wanting. You know what I mean? Okay, we're going to let all these knuckleheads come in and pay $3,500, get their license. We take all their money, no cap. Because the end in mind, or the end road, is pharmacies are going to be able to only sell. That's where they're going to hit. And there is going to be a cap, because not everybody's a pharmacy. I mean, we're not set up as a pharmacy.
No.
If that hits, we're going to have to belly up. You know what I mean? Because we're not properly trained in any pharmacy or pharmacy technician schooling to administer such. You know what I mean? So it's just...
And that's just wild. It right there.
It's wild.
It's very, very wild. That's just the messed up part though right there, is because anybody that was just, being on the retail side of it, like a bartender, just, loving their job and everything, now in order to be still a bartender, I'm going to have to become an actual licensed pharmacist within the state of New Mexico in order to sell marijuana and cannabis products. Yeah. So it's just like snatching so much from the canna culture in New Mexico. So are all the farms going to have to now sell out to FDA-approved pharma companies?
Everybody's going to have to be FDA-approved. That was the next little point I was going to make.
You're like, oh my
goodness. Like, everything will be tested. Well, on the other aspect of it, they say Philip Morris is already have their hand in the game. And if you guys don't know who Philip Morris is, they are the big tobacco, one of the head tobacco companies out there.
Yep.
And they already got a good jump on it. And they said they're just waiting for it to just go get like downsized in the rating, and then they're gonna jump on it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of curious. I always take that approach. Like, I'm always skeptical about it. I let all the suckers eat and watch them and watch the feeding happen, and I just kind of sit back and I'm like, nah, dog. there's a trick to this.
Yeah.
And I think going forward, that's what it is.
That's definitely like one of the main things too. And what?
That's crazy. It's just crazy. It blows my mind, man.
What's the more messed up part about it is like, yeah, you're saying that Philip Morris is, our big tobacco is going to get in it, big pharma is going to get in it. Nothing's going to be able to be sold unless it's FDA approved.
Yep.
And it's, like stuff's going to turn into pharmacies. Bud tenders are going to have to become licensed. And what's happening is another one of the arguments was about with the 208E or the 280E,
mm-hmm.
that tax bill, like how that's going to be affected. Is that going to be completely taken away?
Well, it would have to be if it goes into something like that, and cannabis is now something that you can administer like medical.
Mm-hmm.
The state cannot tax it.
Okay. And so so doing that,
yeah,
would have to go back to the pharmacies, yeah.
But I'm sure like whatever they enact now, I mean, because this is not going to take place probably like the next, if it does, like year and a half, 2 years out. You would imagine
to go completely.
You know what I mean? For it to flip and to be it'll be something that happens kind of slowly and like slowly little barriers they'll put in there to try to like we got to navigate through or like come around because that's what they always do. They do it silently. You know what I mean? So
yes.
I'm just kind of curious to see what avenue it goes and where it hits, and I hope it doesn't. I hope it's good for the people and it helps out, but I don't know. We don't see that being the case very often, you know what I mean?
Not really. And honestly, one of the things is the greater is, what was the article that I was reading? It was saying something like, okay, we understand like, the public, agreement on, what cannabis is and how good it is instead of being, harmful and abusive and everything, right? There's medicinal properties to it. Is more so than just getting it to a Schedule 3, completely deregulate it. Treat it like tobacco and alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's probably one of the greatest pushes right there that I think the community and the cannabis industry is going to try to go for, is because only certain companies are going to be able to. At least companies here are going to be able to stay.
I think this is kind of like a last ditch effort maybe for big pharma. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people are starting to wake up. A lot of people are starting to heal themselves with natural remedies and natural herbs.
Holistic medicine. Yep.
They might be losing an edge in the game somewhere, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
And I think this might be their way kind of lobbying in if it's, some lobbyists out there like, hey, push us, because I think it's their only avenue. You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
I think it's the only thing that the tobacco companies,
oh, yeah,
they're trying to hit big off of because they got the millions, they got the money to fucking put into it and just, all right, let's just crush the game.
And big pharma especially, because we had talked about this on an episode last season is because if it had gone to this, they were going to rely on the FDA and the governments of the states to be able to get them to tax pharmacies that style because they can't create a synthetic form of THC. They can't be a part of the medical field. Yeah, they tried it and failed miserably.
Miserably, bro.
Miserably. And I'm glad they did because, leave holistic medicine alone.
Yeah, that's right.
The hell's the matter with you? That's why it's holistic.
So what do you got? What do you got for the last bit of your news? We got a couple more minutes before we wrap up your little segment.
There is one little article that actually touches down on what does the rescheduling mean for here in Nuevo Mexico.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the feds are saying right now, saying that it's not what they call the Schedule 1, meaning they're not going to be treating it like heroin, for example, and then they're going to treat it like a Schedule 3, which is what we talked about it, and especially for pain management. But they are going to keep regulations still kind of tight at the border checks. Yeah. Because until this fully goes through, it's still federally illegal.
Well, you people out there that are hitting the checks.
I was gonna say, side note, you dropped knowledge.
We we just got word through people in the industry that they're targeting box trucks,
your box trucks, your company vans, company delivery trucks, or anything that would look look like mass transport.
Yeah, they're transport vans. Yeah, there you go. They're targeting those guys rather than like vehicles. So that's just kind of like a little tip that I've been passed through. So you guys can take it as you need or whatever. Allegedly. Getting through those borders, and good luck to everybody. I know like Chad Lozano on there. They do like little border checkpoints and like going through, they'll put like a green light if everything's good, and so stay tuned.
Yeah, they'll keep you up to date with that for sure.
And like Instagrams, because like it's really helping out for everybody crossing those checkpoints.
Yeah, and it just I wish it would just like kind of hurry up in a sense that it would stop putting.
I don't think it's gonna stop. I don't think it's gonna stop, my bro. I think it's gonna be something that, because it's a fight right now. It's this state and federal kind of fighting each other and who has the bigger nuts, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, you cross through our little section that we have, we're going to seize everything. It's not, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think until that 2 years hits, until it kind of like calms down and it's FDA approved and it goes through all those hoops, I think that's when it's going to, they're going to allow it.
What do you think about the transportation of, like, do you think the laws are going to lift now once it becomes federally legal? The laws would lift between transportation of products between states, to where we can just, instead of bringing in seeds from other states, we bring in actual full-grown flower or concentrates from products from... That's sticky.
Yeah, that gets sticky just because...
Even federally. Like, federally legal?
I think they'll always keep it, like, you got to keep it in your state.
Right.
Shit. I really do, because, like, each state is mandated different. Each state does its own testing different. You know what I mean? So, like, I think that'd be
probably one of the key regulations during the rescheduling.
I can see that happening. I don't know. Maybe they might just make it free and you just run it from here to Florida and it's good. Whatever. That'd be crazy.
That'd be nuts to turn the highways into the Wild West again.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
Eesh.
But you guys can ponder on that. How about a real quick word from our sponsor?
Real quick word from the sponsors.
Later you go.
What up, world? It's your boy Nico, here to let you know that Dewey the dog hates DUIs. But if you do find yourself in the very unfortunate situation to be getting one, check out the law offices of the one and only Matt Madrid right here in Las Cruces, the best one to get for those needs. So please be safe out there, do your thing, and once again, if you get into that type of trouble, the offices of Matt Madrid, hit them up and take care out there.
Hey,
what's happening?
Welcome back.
We're back.
Shout out to our sponsor,
Matt Madrid.
Madrid.
The law offices thereof.
Hey, you want to hit us disclaimer?
Disclaimer coming at you. Any and everything. Everything.
Yep.
Said or mentioned in this podcast is an absolutely gross, disgusting, gross exaggeration of what may or could possibly happen. So if you do find yourself in any type of sticky situation, you know who to contact.
That's right. So we got story time. Hey.
Woo.
So like I say, we always talk about kitchen stories.
Yep.
We both got the magic sunglasses on today.
Oh yeah.
We both are vibing high. And so we flipped in the script on this one. And we're going to talk about some good times in the kitchen.
kitchen.
Hey, high vibes.
So,
we would do this thing, like, when we on Olive Garden tip, so we'll talk about what we did, like, at Olive Garden. So, like, all the morning crew, even, like, the servers, the cooks, the bussers, we would all make breakfast.
Okay.
And, I mean, like, you know, those big old family platters, and, like, we put, like, eggs, potatoes, tortillas.
Yep.
All... You know, everything on there, like even fruit or whatever.
Family meal.
We would set aside like 20 minutes in prep, you know what I mean? And I'll go eat and then feed everybody. Then everybody will kind of sit down.
Nice.
Then I'll kind of like eat together right before like a good Friday morning rush or like maybe Mother's Day rush.
Oh,
or something, you know what I mean? Speaking of Mother's Day, if you haven't figured out what to do for Mother's Day, check out Olive Garden because they will get you covered. So
with these little awesome fried donut thingies and a raspberry sauce.
Ask for the Zapoli.
So
we would all sit down together. We would all eat, break bread together, and then the manager would come and he would talk. Okay, we need to hit these marks today. Hey, kitchen, this is what we got going on today. These are the doubles. I need you out this time. Kind of like game plan, get everybody ready.
Nice.
All eat together. Everybody's in a good, boom, boom. Then we go hit it hard. Have a badass shift.
Sweet.
Like those were some good times, man. Like
those were. I do totally agree with you because like, you understand that, regardless of, because I mean anybody that works that type of industry knows that it can get hairy.
Yo,
it can get bloodthirsty in some instances in some kitchens. At least the old school ones. No, I don't know how kitchens work now.
Yeah, I haven't been in the kitchen in a minute. And back in the day in the kitchen, like we were out of control in some spots, yo. Like straight up.
Hell yeah.
We were like, some straight misfits. Like, and I think Bourdain says something like that. It's like the best kitchens produce breed like the best misfits, like. Delinquents,
cons, all that shit. Like all of the best cooks are those people.
Are formed from those people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just because we have it wired differently in our heads, and
absolutely
we can tolerate some of the chaos. And like, you ever been in the kitchen like when it's wild and it's getting buck wild? Like,
oh man,
you hear pans banging, like you hear radios, you hear loud screaming, you hear orders coming in, you hear the printer.
Yep.
You got a lot of things going on to it probably break a normal person, or like you got PTSD, like it sets you off for sure, like, and for whatever reason we can shut it off, focus on whatever we need to focus, grind it out, still knock it out, still bullshit, still talk shit to the dude right beside you,
right? Still got that. And that's wild too, because like my social anxiety is nuts. I don't like being over stimulated, you know what I mean, like going out and there's just so much going on. But when you're in the kitchen, like
maybe that's why, because you're so overstimulated in the kitchen. When you go out into the regular world, you do not want to be overstimulated at all.
Right.
I mean, you just shut that down.
Because there's something I can do about being overstimulated in the kitchen, because it all works
you can work your
together.
hands.
Yeah.
Boom.
But I go somewhere and I just have to sit there and it's just like, this is shit.
What do I do? Where's my inhaler?
Just walk back into their kitchen, start cooking. What's he
doing?
So,
what was your favorite, like, family time or dinner time or...
Man, this is gonna sound weird, because nobody really likes to do this, but it has to be done. And that was like when I was working at this dive bar on the I guess it was like the far south side of Springfield, Missouri, and we would tear apart that kitchen once every 3 months and do a hardcore deep clean.
Oh yeah, cleaning sessions are good.
You know what I mean? And it was good, I guess, to do it that often, because it kept a lot of the bullshit out of that kitchen. Like if you had something to say, you would say it during the shift. You would you would say it during the shift, or if nobody would hash it out, or if nobody was trying to fucking...
Sorry, I'm trying to pass them the joint. I don't look like I'm saging the camera.
I know.
Sorry. Squirrel. Carry on. I see my people back there, they look a little too sober. Right. Let me get them stoned back there.
Shout out to the SpeakEasy podcast team.
Hell yeah.
So I think in having it like that, because it wasn't just the deep clean, you know what I mean, in the back, we would order a shitload of food from another homie at a kitchen that we knew, and they would drop it off. And
I think a lot of kitchens were like that. They always, and I know a lot of the kitchens that I did, we would get a lot of monsters, and some Little Caesars pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all right, it's a cleaning party.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And we just go back there and power wash, and they grease the whole entire kitchen, and it builds those bonds, outside of the chaos.
Absolutely.
Outside of the screaming and yelling at each other, or chef just fucking ripping everybody's head off.
Mm-hmm.
You can see chef in a different light. You know what I mean? Maybe you can see him cooking for everybody.
Yes.
And it's oh shit, damn, he's human.
He's human.
You know what
he's actually a kind of alright chill guy.
He's a decent person.
Right. He's a
when
person.
He's not drunk and screaming at everybody.
Throwing dishes and pans and knives and everything across the kitchen.
It's those experiences that kind of sit with you and make you remember cherish damn, those are some good times in the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know I was a tyrant when I ran my kitchens, but when I did the things like that, the staff would see me different and they'd be oh shit, he's all right.
Whoa, Joey's
he's cooking for everybody. What do we do?
Right.
We must be really in trouble. And they're
is this the Last Supper?
Yeah, eating, waiting for the bad news. It's nah, guys, we're doing this. We're family.
Right. Like, oh, family meal. I thought you said final meal.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. I was almost about to throw a fit. Really? Pie and salad? Great.
Yeah.
You ungrateful bastard.
Is good.
Yeah. That's crazy, though. But I will, definitely the deep cleaning. And then, I know we had touched down about it during the holidays. Like, you know, the company holiday party or whatever, which can get wild and everything. But, like, that specific restaurant that I worked at, we were doing like these because the owners the dude was from Germany and the mom was from Greece.
Oh shit!
And so we would do once every.
Like those people were like big on family, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they would like completely toss the menu. We would keep like 2 or 3 burgers, 2 wraps, a salad, and then everything else was German food from scratch, cooked by the German side of the family.
9.
And then
damn.
God heard that. And then the other one would be the same, but Greek food.
Damn.
From scratch, from the Greek family. And then they would bring in like belly dancers and like a band that would play like live Greek music.
Damn.
And
cool.
Seeing that type of community come together just to see and experience the Greek culture at this little dive bar restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And seeing the staff get really into it.
That's cool.
That's really something that I missed too.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty fucking awesome.
That's badass. Yeah, it's nice to think about the stories and not have to rush back to a kitchen. I mean, if I had to, I totally would, and you know we gotta do what we gotta do sometimes. But I'm grateful to be kicking it at the moment and not burning my back out, and I got some feeling in my fingers because.
I know, right? We talked about this the other day. It's like my nerve endings came back and my taste buds.
We put years and when you do years like that in the kitchen, like you age a little bit. You know what I mean? Like your mind, your fucking body, like
yes,
it's a different kind of beat down. You know what I mean? Because you fucking go to sleep, you piss drunk, like we said. Yep. You wake up and you just keep doing it over and over. You don't fucking doctors or anything. Nope. Like you just show up to work. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Here I am, chef.
I'm here, chef. I'm here, chef.
Walk it off.
Yeah, just walk it off.
Yeah, walk it off. Go to the walk-in. Get away.
And I
walk into the freezer.
I show up a couple times, like when I was at Masson for a minute, and the chef that was running it there, and Michel. And man, God bless him. I don't know where he's at these days. I'm sure he's still around, but God
I remember,
bless him.
I remember you talking about him.
Bro, I running rough. I mean, still throwing up, still trying to. You know, because I was wild as a kid. Like, we turned up, like, all night partying. Like,
oh, yeah.
If I'm going to, this kept me up all night, I'm going to do this again right before I show up to my shift. And, you know what I mean?
That's another one. Actually, like, partying your ass off with all your coworkers and, like, waking up on your other cook's couch and, like, getting woken up, like, hey, we got to go. Like,
hey, bro, you
let's go.
We got to be there at 9.
Let's go. Yeah.
It's 8:50.
It's 8:50.
Yeah, son. Yeah. And he let me just go do my thing. He like
those days.
Go to the bathroom, come back out. He'd have a little coffee cup full of vodka, and then one of coffee. Drink. Slam it, drink my coffee, and start setting up the line. Jeez. That's how I start my day. I did that for like 4 years. We did that, like just like that, rinse and repeat every fucking day. Yeah, it was wild. So. We'll ponder on that.
How about a real quick word from our sponsors?
Word from our sponsor. Coming up, y'all.
Yo, Joey Sypher here. So check it out. I'm here to let you know to grab your copy of Flavors of the Desert. The new edition is dropped. We still got the old one in circulation. We got them going on. It has your favorite food trucks, munchies, sweets, late night eats, taco trucks. Speaking of taco trucks, we got the new edition coming out. We're working on it right now. It's going to be featuring all food trucks. So check it out. Flavors of the Desert on Facebook. You can find us. You can see all the Munchie Friday videos. We get down and see all the good food we eat. So check us out. Later, y'all. Welcome back.
We are back.
Shout out to our sponsors, Flavors
of
the Desert.
The Desert.
Grab your copy. Check it out if you have not already.
There's like good stuff.
Man, we got some good recipes in there. I got some pozole recipes in there.
Chef Joey's recipe, red chili pozole.
That's right. That's some gems.
Check it out.
That's a hidden gem.
That's a gem right there.
I'm telling you guys.
Y'all are lucky he's just like tossing this on you. You know how many people I had to bury in a pig?
Yo.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm telling you though. Check them out. Get your copy. Free recipes in there.
Free recipes.
In there.
His recipes.
Check them out. Try them out. Let me know how they are.
And then your local spots.
Yeah.
That are in here.
Yeah, a bunch of local spots, man.
Here, Silver City, right?
Yeah, everywhere here in town, Silver City. Yeah, so we were expanding. We have the first copy as well.
First issue.
So check that one out as well. It has some more of my recipes, some more spots.
And then the next issue is we're running just food trucks on this one, right?
Yeah, we're gonna run a little bit of food trucks and it'll be something different. So
awesome.
Stay tuned. Come check them out, and that's what it is.
That's what it's heading in.
So we got our jam set time. Hey! Yeah.
There's somebody with like, I want to learn how to play guitar.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. So we always keep it local. We always keep it real. The homies down at Arrogant Marketing. So shout out to Arrogant Marketing. They do their thing. If you have any hip hop music, some music out there, slide into their DMs. They are on Facebook. They're on Instagram.
Yes.
Arrogant Marketing, and they can lace you guys up. But they're the homies. I've known the homies for a while, and they get down. They do their thing, and so they've been putting us on game. So we found these guys through them.
Yep.
So shout out to the homies at Arrogant Marketing. They're always putting us on. So New Max Everything is the track. Yep. MIC is the guy. Mike, MIC. I don't know if it's Mike or MIC. So shout out to him, and let's give it a listen. Yeah.
Let's give this a listen.
Yeah.
From up north, right?
Yeah. From I believe up north. Yeah.
From the ABQ area.
Yeah.
From my walk down to the slang, it's New Max Everything. First day I stepped in the game, they New Max Everything. Red and yellow planet frame. It's New Max Everything. Hold up, now let me explain, man. It's New Max Everything. My walk down to the slang, it's New Max Everything.
Damn.
First day I stepped in the game.
It's a roll with it, yo.
Yellow planet frame.
Yeah.
It's New Max Everything. Hold up, now
His verse goes in.
Right.
It's New Max Everything. Red and yellow flag. We riding for the sea of good and sweat and tears and sangre por todo mi loco vida. But we rode for the familia. The lobos out tequila. The shots will black you out like you're gonna fit tequila. New Max Street since 99 with Houston's father fall been dropping juice. ET when I jet some faceless rockets for these fools. I'ma go sing with them ghouls in the Dukas have you too.
Hey.
We all sit year round like we always have the fun. You were shot with Piranha. Vato locos Bambayana. In the G we on that pimpin', so don't come here with that drama. You John Snow, no side nada. Red or green, hottest honest. My whole state is beneficial, so you haters better call my. From my walk down to the spine, it's New Max Everything. First day I stepped in the game.
Yo, this is going ham bone.
Yeah. I just listened to him. Just the homie put us on game.
That is wild.
We looked him up like literally right before like this cast started, and we had to put him on, and it's sick.
Yeah. So that's it right there.
Yeah, hear the second verse. I haven't heard the second verse.
For them border times like Christmas with them truckloads pushing packs. We're down in Lincoln with them billies like a kid, and that's a fact. I stay flowing like the Rio Grande Zia on my pistol from Socorro to Santa. We stay listo with the pistol, hitting switches out in Spania. They pancaking, getting low. For my natives in the pueblos with the warrior in the soul.
Shouts out everybody in there.
Is my flag yellow like canaries, green chili hotter than burners, Zia redder than a cherry, better than my state's the same. From the Cowboys to the gang, why they looking so confused? I said, hold up, let me explain. From my walk down to the spine, it's New Max Everything.
That's what it is. You can check them out. We found them on YouTube. We just put in the search box New Max Everything.
THANG. Everything.
MIC is the artist. M.I.C is the artist. You can see if you guys can see it on the screen.
Right.
So shout out to him. He's doing his thing.
Huge shout out. That
again,
track goes
shout
hard.
out to Arrogant Marketing for putting us on.
Definitely,
for
thank
always
you guys.
showing love, always helping us out, and that's what it is. Good little cast.
That's
for
what
today.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's episode 2 right there. Right.
Yeah. We chilled out with you guys. We always go a little bit hard. It goes hard when we put on sunglasses.
Right.
We always go in.
That's where we be at.
So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for always showing love. Thanks for all the support.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share this podcast, hit the notification.
That's right. That's right.
All the good stuff, right?
That's right. That's right.
All the good stuff.
We'll catch you guys later.
Take care, y'all.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Yo, Joey Sypher here. I'm down here at Oregon Mountain Productions in their wonderful studios. And we can pretty much do anything down here. We do podcasts, recording studios, voiceover, audiobooks. We got different sets to choose from. We got some green screens. So go on, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Oregon Mountain Productions, and book your session now. Later, y'all.